Maryland kickoff, Dontay Demus standing at the goal line. We'll kick it off. And Demus had a good return last time. He's going to return this one as well.
It was like a slow motion. I mean, I can remember watching the kick, seeing him return it. He kind of broke to the right. And then it was like he was being held up for, it seemed like a day. It seemed like 24 hours. I just saw him struggling, trying to drag the guy that was on his leg. And then I saw the hit, and he doesn't get up. And now I'm just looking like, and in my mind, I'm thinking, come on, Tay, get up. As I walk out on the field, there was one player on the field with him from our team, and as I walk out, it's Leah. And I just kept hearing Leah say, get up, Tay, get up, Tay. And it was almost like I was in shock.
And of concern right now is the injury situation to Dontay Demus. Oh, my goodness. And he will get on the card himself. He should get a thunderous ovation.
Yeah, he deserves it.
He deserves it, yep. They will take Dontay Demus right back to the locker room.
It's unfortunate. He's going to have to deal with that.
Did you see that? He mouthed, "I'm coming back."
Yeah.
And the fans are seeing it. He's still saying it to his teammates. "I'm coming back."
Obviously watching the game, pretty severe injury. When we run out there, first thing is to make sure he's doing okay, calm him down, try to figure out what he's feeling. Dr. Hen is there with me, so making sure we get an evaluation. Once we realize it's his knee, we go ahead and have Dr. Hen evaluate that. Realizing the severity of the injury, we decided to cart him off, so we immobilized it, loaded him on the cart, and brought him up into training room where we could do a more thorough evaluation. Once we got the MRI back, we knew the extent of the injury, and so that's when we started plan. Obviously, Dontay needed surgery, so we scheduled that. And then after he's done with surgery, that's when we start his road back. To have a season-ending injury during the season is always tough, but he's handled it very well, very professional. He's the type of kid that's very tough, always fighting through something, never wanting to come off. He's one that has a passion for the game and really loves football, and so he's been the same way in rehab, very determined, very tough, really motivated to get back out there and prove everyone that he can get back out there.
Talia throws the screen to the right side. It's complete to Jayshon Jones across the 30 and hit up to the 34-yard line, about 2 yards shy. And there's a terrapin down. That is Jayshon Jones after the tackle, and he's not getting up. And the Maryland training staff out there immediately to tend to Jayshon Jones.
With Jayshon specifically, this is kind of his second time going through it, so he has a little more expectation of what it takes. And so having that for Dontay to lean on and ask questions and, kind of compete against each other really helps the process. It motivates them. Jayshon kind of had the same thing with Jake Funk, and, they worked hard together and it really pushed them. And now these two kind of have that same relationship as they're pushing each other. The competition between them has been awesome to watch, and I think it's really benefiting both their returns.
Both these guys, because of their work ethic and because I think the bond that they've created, and with Jayshon's experience in the rehab process, they've definitely been able to compete in the rehab part of it and to give each other uplift when they have down days, because these injuries do have the ability to have an effect on you mentally.
It's been good. It's just it's a longer process, but it's been good. You learn a lot about yourself and forces you to dig deep and reassures your why of why you're doing this and what you're doing it for, and the love for the game to get back.
My staff and I really work hard to individualize each person's care so that they're getting the best possible treatment for their injuries, so that they can get back on the field as quickly and as safely as possible. It changes based on how they're doing, and there are setbacks, and it's part of the process of getting back out there, and you just have to adapt, and you have to change that based on how they're feeling that day or that week or that month. And the finish line is never straight. It's always up and down. You have to have the right mindset every day.
The athletic training staff has helped a lot, just kind of pushing me, letting me know I can do it, and basically keeping me motivated, kind of hold me accountable as they should, making sure I'm in here every day to get better, work on something, and pushing me to be better and get back.
Oh, they helped me since I first tore my ACL. They've helped me from day one. They got me way stronger, get me right every day. They push me every day. They know I can be the best version of myself if I stay healthy, and that's where they're trying to get me.
And no matter what's happening or what's going on, we're always moving forward, always have the goals in mind to get back on the field.
Our medical staff has done a great job. Our guys are getting back from these injuries faster and faster, and they've really bought into what it takes to get back.
When I first got here, I wasn't too worried about myself. Actually, I was worried about the team. My initial thoughts was just really, how can I get back out there to help my brothers, either be on the field or off the field. Just, being where I can do my best. From then until now, I feel like I've grown a lot, just like mentally, just being able to being able to really come back and show that I can improve from this and really just be, a change to the program just makes me feel better.
Yeah, so running is always a big milestone coming back from a knee injury. Obviously, Alter G gives us the ability to kind of start that a little sooner. It's a big first step. Obviously, he still has a long ways to go, and our run progression is a little longer. He finished the first phase of his rehab. Look forward to progressing to the next one. He's very determined, very hardworking, dedicated to get back out there.
I've progressed up from the Alter G, went through all the body weight and stuff like that. So now I'm going to, start running the treadmill with all my body weight. This is still my first injury. So I never had to really go through nothing like this. So it's fun, and I wish I never had to go through it, but it's still a fun process.
We try to make this a safe place where they can feel any emotion, and this is an important part of their return. So it's individualized care to give them the best possible chance to recover, to heal, and to get back on the field.
When you look at Jones Hill House, there's not a better facility in the country for player development. And to me, that's what this building is all about. It's about player development. I don't think there's one better. And I've coached at Alabama, I've coached at Florida, I've coached at Illinois, some of the top flagship universities across the country, and that place is second to no one. You should have the best resources of all the state institutions, and this building is very functional for us being able to help players reach whatever it is they want to reach as a football player, as a person, and as a student.
The biggest thing for Coach Loxley is giving the guys here the best possible experience. He wants them to have everything they need. So, from treatment, rehab, recovery, everything to make these guys perform at the highest level. And so there's been a big push to take care of their bodies off the field to help them perform at a high level.
When you look at the training facility, the training room, you'd hope that we don't have a lot of people in there. But one thing I do know is that we have whatever equipment necessary to help our players recover as quickly as possible if they are forced for injury, but also the recovery modalities that are needed because of the type of ways we practice and train. It's not just the recovery, but it's also some of the things you do before practice and beforehand.
When we designed this room, the biggest thing we needed was space. And so being in JHH has given us the ability to expand what we do in here just by the pure size of it, but also to have the most state-of-the-art equipment in here. It has everything that we need and gives us the ability not only in long-term rehabs like we've been talking about, but recovery and short-term rehabs, and give the guys everything that they need.
Nah, we definitely have the best facility. It's best rehab equipment, anything you need, Normatec, KLV, HibaMat. We have so much stuff that can really take us to the next level in terms of the rehab aspect of the game, and also just staying healthy in general.
We have an underwater treadmill made by HydroWorks. It just allows us to start run progressions a lot sooner, gives that therapeutic effect. The Alter G, again, just helps with progression and hit milestones a little sooner. But we have all the recovery modalities. Again, that's been crucial in season to allow people to perform at peak throughout the whole year. So it's been great to have it, to have the technology, to have the space, to have top quality medical care in one place.
So just the way our training room with Brian Somerville, our weight room with RD, and our performance team, the nutrition component, all three of those things work really well together, and this building allows the information and the free flow of all three of those components to work together to create a great football player.
Building relationships with these players, we work daily to build relationships and make sure these guys know how committed we are to them and how we want the best for them, to make sure they're better people, better athletes, and they can perform at the highest level.